Hey guys, how are we? Well, just shooting a video from home today, and you can see Ammonia Square in the background there, and different buildings in the background, and this is our property here, well, a couple of them. So all this is for sale or been sold. We're just waiting for it to settle now, and we'll be out of here. Just thought I'd do a quick message today, and a friend of mine sent me a message yesterday or the day before saying, hey, were you aware that some airlines now are not actually allowing unvaccinated passengers to fly back to Australia, namely Emirates and Thai Airways, because they are worried about getting a fine if they fly people back to Australia, which is just ludicrous. So much for human rights and not, persecuting people, I suppose, based on certain situations. So very, very sad. So if you are out of Australia or thinking of leaving Australia and you're wanting to head back to Australia at some point, just be mindful that you may not be able to get a flight back to the country. So the government has done nothing to alleviate those issues. And, particularly heading into a national election there in Australia, you would have thought that they would have ironed that out and had the political will to clarify certain policies, particularly around travel and immigration. Anyway, obviously they're not capable of it. So yeah, keep that in mind. I have had a few people say, hey, what do you think the best option for investment and all that is? I don't offer investment advice, any financial advice at all. I will say that we're in an era where it reminds me, I was doing a presentation back in 2013 with some heads of state and government reps, and one of the questions that a head of state was sort of said to me was, what do you see as the biggest threat to global stability in the future? And my response was, well, I think we're heading into an era where we have Dr. Evils. And what I meant by that was, and it was understood, was that some people, some of the global oligarchs, have more financial clout, more financial resources than some nation states. It used to be that nation states had the political power and clout to be able to disrupt the global order. Now we're in a situation where individuals have more resources than some nation states, and they have the capacity to disrupt the geopolitical and financial and economic order. So keep that in mind. You think of Elon Musk buying Twitter. Well, he could potentially disrupt the global discourse on certain topics. When you also consider that these people are also on a space race. You think of Elon Musk and what's the other fellow, Jeff Bezos, and there's others as well. And whoever conquers space will conquer the 21st and 22nd century. Mark my words, there's no two ways about it. So how do you position yourself in these sort of times? I was saying to someone today, I met a viewer of the channel here in Athens, and he's buying property here. And, I was basically saying, look, the real 21st century is probably going to be in Southeast Asia. That's where the potential for greatest personal, economic and financial growth is going to be. Places like Indonesia, where they're building a new master-built city there, and Jakarta at the moment is sinking, and so they're going to build a new master-built city on one of the islands, and I'm keen to get involved there. I see that as an opportunity, great opportunity for the future, and I think Southeast Asia is just go, 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 and it's going to be exciting. Uh, you know, this old sort of cities with old infrastructure, it costs a lot of money to put new water and piping infrastructure in place, new electrical infrastructure. But I think the future is going to be so exciting, because just imagine having master-built cities with almost like drones that are like taxis that literally can ferry you from one place to another place in no time without hardly any traffic and the need for road infrastructure and you know, smart grids and all this sort of stuff. And that's what the future holds. It's actually going to be very, very exciting. I don't think it's just in the metaverse. I think it's going to be in the real world as well. So there's great opportunity in the future, and it's an opportunity to be optimistic. We're going to go through some real turmoil at the moment. Absolutely, don't make any mistake. We're going to go through some very treacherous times in the immediate future. But on the other side of that, if you can actually get your head around it and actually think about where we're going, it's going to be an amazing time. There's going to be amazing opportunity. It's whether or not you can position yourself to be a receiver of that opportunity. I think places like Australia and the old sort of world order, it's going to fall out of power, it's going to fall out of favour. And I think Australia and the US and England and the Eurozone as a whole is going to suffer big time, because they're not ready, they're not willing to take advantage of the situations that are going to present themselves. Whereas I see Southeast Asia is actually going to grab these opportunities when they arise, even in some places in the Middle East. So I wanted to sort of do a quick video and just say, hey, start thinking down those routes and look for those opportunities, because there's a myriad of fantastic opportunity ahead, and you can be a part of that. So why not be a part of that? So certainly wanted to say, hey, look, yeah, be a global citizen. I've been a proponent of that for a long while. Since 2009, I've been saying, hey, the whole world is there. It's ready for you to grab it with both hands and accept those opportunities. But I think we're on the cusp of something really exciting. And I think we're about to go through some real economic turmoil. Make no mistake about that. But what lies on the other side of this really excites me. I think there's a lot of technology that is sitting there in the wings at the moment, and you know, it's just waiting for that opportunity to present itself. So great opportunities ahead if you can position yourself in that right location and grab those opportunities when they present themselves. So anyway, guys, hope you're well. If you haven't liked and subscribed to the Overseas Exile channel, do that. Give it a thumbs up if you like the video, and go to Overseas Exiles on Facebook and join the discussion there. Just wanted to do a quick sort of warning. If you are thinking of leaving Australia and then trying to get back in, and you haven't got an airline carrier that is, you know, ferrying unvaccinated people back to Australia, you could find yourself in a real difficult position. I know of a couple of people that are like that at the moment, but you know, we're heading to Thailand in a couple of weeks, hopefully, and I'm pretty excited about that. But I'm actually very excited about what's happening in Southeast Asia at the moment. I think there's a lot of opportunity, and a lot of opportunity online. So start thinking down those lines. Reskill yourself. There's lots of opportunity for people who are prepared to reskill themselves and look for opportunity there. Easily adjust, and that's always a good sign of not only mental but you know, life security. Things are not going to be the same forever, and we're going through an era of great change. So if you can adjust during those periods of time, you're going to have a wonderful experience and a wonderful time. I'm convinced of it. So anyway, guys, going to leave that there, and yeah, we'll speak with you soon.